You're building the wrong strategy based on the wrong frameworks, which is leading you to the wrong destination. You built a business to make money, but you're probably not anywhere near where you want to be because you don't set the right strategy in place. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the strategy that Deca millionaires make for their businesses that creates tens of millions of dollars of profit that enables them to live the best life and run the best business. If you don't know who I am, my name's Jordan Ross. I run an 8-figure agency. We're a growth consultancy that's helped over 800 businesses grow. And in 2023, we helped our clients add over 50 million in annual recurring revenue to their companies. Now, I'm going to be breaking down the surefire strategy. So before I dive in, I need to define what strategy actually is. Strategy is the plan that you build that you believe will get you to where you want to go. It's your ability to forecast or your lack of ability to forecast. And when you build strategy, you then invest time into that strategy. Time is where you allocate your most valuable resource to actually execute the thing that you think will lead to what you desire. And operations are the things you put in place to sustain the things that you build. Strategy, time, operations. Those are the golden three. Now, when it comes to strategy, there are three tools or three frameworks that the best and most successful people I know use to make millions of dollars. And here are the three: GPS, MRR CAP, and constraints. These are three different frameworks. I use all three inside of my business because each leads to different outcomes. And I'm going to be showing you how you can use these to make millions yourself. Now, you can see here on the left, strategy leads to time investment. Time investment, when done properly, leads to effective operations that sustain what you're actually doing, because you don't want to do something and then it's just gone in a month. You want to do something that it can sustain itself, which inferences your strategy. So GPS, this is where we're going to start. GPS stands for goal, priority, and sprint. This is an 8F tool that I created that allows us to reverse engineer where we want to go. When it comes to strategy, the most successful entrepreneurs in the world start with the end desired state in mind and back their way into their goals. So for you, this is your simple template. Create a 1-year goal or a 5-year goal. In this instance, we're going to talk about a 1-year goal. And that 1-year goal, in this instance, we could just call it $1 million per year in profit. So if your goal is to make $1 million a year in profit, you need to identify what is the number one priority that will actually get you there. And most times, the number one priority is that we have the best fulfillment in the world. Churn is below 5% per month. Right? So if you want to make $1 million in profit, it's reasonable to say your 1 month or 1 quarter priority should be to build the best fulfillment in the world. Because if you do not churn your clients, inevitably you will keep getting more clients, getting more referrals, and eventually hit $1 million in profit. So you have to build the world's best fulfillment. So your sprints are, if you could only accomplish one thing this week that will compound into hitting your priority, that will compound into hitting your 1-year goal, what is that one thing? And when it comes to, having $1 million a year in profit, and building the world's best fulfillment system, this takes time. But when you ask yourself that question, it allows you to look at your business in a different way. This gives you a sole focus if you could only do one thing. Now, once you actually have this focus, the next most important thing is to actually block your time. You have the framework of where you want to invest your time. Now you need to actually do it. So you can see here, I went to a miscellaneous week in the year of 2024, and you could see in my calendar automatically on Mondays and Tuesdays, and really almost every day, I block out a significant amount of time to work on my most important thing. If I pick the right thing to focus on and I invest time that compounds, where I build operations and systems that sustain that thing, that allow it to keep growing and operating without needing me, I will keep compounding and growing my business disproportionately. Our time is not equal. Pareto's principle states that 20% of our time will yield 80% of our results. We want to make that 20% of our time as big as possible by leveraging the GPS and blocking out our calendars and being disciplined and executing it. This is step 1 in strategy. This is GPS. Step 2 is the MRR CAP. So the MRR CAP stands for monthly recurring revenue cap. It shows where your company will peak in terms of monthly recurring revenue. The formula is really simple. The amount of sales you close per month multiplied by price. You take that and you divide by your average churn rate, and that equals where your business will cap at. This is the second most important tool because this shows constraints in your company. It starts to show you where you can put your time and energy and attention into so you don't hit your MRR cap. So in this example, this made-up company does 12 deals a month at $2,000 a month and churns 12% of their clients per month. This company will peak its revenue at $200,000 a month. Now, this founder might be doing $100,000, $150,000, or something less than this number, or they already might be at $200,000. Let's just say in this example, they're doing about $100,000. They will now know, oh, if I don't change something, I'm going to double my business, but I'm going to eventually hit a cap. So what's the thing I should focus on? Now, I find a lot of people make decisions with emotions, and this makes our decision making very pragmatic, which allows you to go into this exercise not having to know the answer. You could actually test different things. So when you use the MRR cap, what I encourage you to do is say, okay, what's something I can reasonably accomplish? If I'm closing 12 deals a month, what is the number that I know if I put time into it over the course of 90 days, I can definitely and easily get there. So this person, this example founder, thinks they could either move sales to 15 sales per month. They think they can change their pricing and they could increase pricing to $2,500 a month, or they could decrease churn to 9%, right? So let's just say in this example, if they have 100 clients, they think they can reduce the amount of clients that they lose per month from 12 to 9. So when you run this formula, picking each variable, you get to see which one has the biggest impact on your company. In this example, this founder says, oh, I run all three. The biggest impact is actually going to be churn. So here's why this is an exceptional formula. When you run this the right way, you're going to see where your business is going to be constrained and which constraint is the biggest and most important for your company. This founder will then, from this exercise, start to say, oh, how do I reduce churn? Now, you might not have the answer to that, or you might already have the answer where this founder might think, okay, I need to deliver better results. I need to have better reporting. I need to have better client communication. I need to have better client education. I need to have better client onboarding. I need to have more support and customer success. You're going to have a list of ideas by yourself. Once you identify these things, always bring in a consultant, which is what I always do. I say, hey, here's my monthly recurring revenue formula. Here's the thing I think I can influence the best. Do you agree with my logic? A lot of times the right consultant is going to ask you to break these numbers down. How many appointments do you set per month? What's your closing rate? What's your show up rate? If you were to actually extend this, there will be a lot more inputs to this number. But this gives you constraints. In constraint theory states that we can only move as fast as our largest constraint, or we can only scale as large as our biggest constraint. So this is the same thing in warehouse and supply chain. It's the same thing for your business. So what you want to identify is what the biggest constraint is for your company, how you can most easily reduce that constraint, and that will lead to growth. If you never do the GPS and you only do the MRR cap formula and you constantly outpace it, meaning before you hit that cap, you look at the next variable, you go from churn to sales per month to price, and you iterate on what that next constraint is. And if you always outpace yourself, you'll never plateau. You'll always keep growing and your business will make more and more money. This is strategy. This is 8-figure strategy that when you do well will make you a very wealthy individual. Now, looking at this, I understand that this might seem easy to do because numbers are easy, but most people still pick the wrong strategy. So if you want help building the right strategy and growing your company and this add value to you, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel to be able to learn more about how you could actually grow your business. And if you need support, go to the link below where you can get a consultation from my company and my partners where we will help build you the right strategy that will make you into a deca millionaire.